you're looking to start a business, the worst thing you could do is spend hours and hours writing a business plan. Instead, what you want to do is map out a business model canvas. You can do it super quick in less than 15 minutes, and it's going to help you feel super clear about your idea. What I'm going to do in this video is share some tips for how to use the business model canvas. Hi everybody, my name's Nick, and if there's one thing you need to know about me, I'm an absolute fanatic of the business model canvas, and I think you should be too if you're looking to start a business. So last week I posted a story on Instagram asking for questions that I was going to answer in this video. The bad news is no one responded. The good news is that I posted on Twitter, LinkedIn and Facebook and you guys delivered. I've got plenty of questions that I'm going to be answering today in this video. So on Facebook, Catherine shared a great question. She said, why bother doing this? I've run a business for years without doing it and I find the idea overwhelming and a bit of a waste of time. Don't worry, Catherine, you're not alone. I've spoken to so many people and they feel very similar to you. But what they found was then they actually tried it. They were like, oh, I wish I tried this sooner. Because of course you can be successful without using the business model canvas, but it feels a lot easier when you do actually use it. I saw this fantastic tweet today that did a comparison of the thinking mind versus the writing mind. So the thinking mind is a very messy bowl of spaghetti, whereas the writing mind, or in this case, the business model canvas mind, is much more clear and much more ordered. And that's one reason why it's so important to use the business model canvas. I used to work for a company that had quite a complicated business model. And so what I started doing was showing people the business model canvas to explain how the business actually worked. And there was one person I didn't get to for about 6 months. And after explaining the business model using the business model canvas, they said to me, I've been here 6 months. I had no idea what we did or how the company worked, but now I totally understand it. And that's because the business model canvas is the best way to communicate how your business works to other people. The next question is from Mark Stovall, and he asks, how do you use the business model canvas to pivot your existing business? So the answer is simple here. You need to check out The Invincible Company by Alex Osterwalder. In the book, it shares business model patterns, but importantly, it also shares business model shifts, and it gives lots of different examples. So I'd go straight to the book and that'll answer your question. The next question is from my good friend Spencer, and he's asked, what structure should the value proposition be? I'd recommend going to page 82 of Value Proposition Design, again by Alex Osterwalder and Strategyzer. And in it, there's a gap fill that you can do. So it's something like this. Our products and services help the customer segment who wants to get a specific job to be done by reducing or avoiding a pain in their life and actually overcoming or increasing or enabling a gain that they're looking to get. So using that, it's called the ad-lib by the way, will help you describe your value proposition in a very clear statement. But what I find is you can refine it over time and then you can use it in places like on your website as the main banner, but you need to play with it to make it sound really good. To give you an example, here's one for me right now. My YouTube videos help entrepreneurs like you who want to grow your business and probably feel less stressed and have a much clearer idea of what you need to do going forward using tools like the business model canvas. The next one's a fun question from Orally. She says, where do I put suppliers, in channel or partners? Enjoy. So the answer to this one I think is fairly straightforward, because in the book, Business Model Generation, under Key Partners, it says that your network of suppliers is one of them. So we can easily put them there. However, and I think this is the point that you're trying to make with the question, is that the channels include how you deliver your value to your customer. And so that could be through your suppliers. However, in most cases, I don't think that's the most pertinent point that you're trying to tell as part of the story that you're telling with the business model canvas. So in most cases, I think it would be in the key partners. But if there's a specific context where it makes more sense in a certain situation to include them in the channels, you can do that. But it just depends the story you're trying to tell for a specific business. Next one's from Fred. He said, my perception is the business model canvas is only used by small companies. Am I correct? And if yes, why is that? Okay, so Alex Osterwalder says that business models expire like yogurt in your fridge. The thing is, yogurt has a very clear expiry date. You know when it's going to go bad. Your business model has no clearly labeled expiry date, so you do not know when it's going to go out of date. So you've got to constantly be refreshing it and updating it. So whether you're a big business or a small business, it doesn't matter. You've constantly got to rejuvenate your business models. So everybody, whether they're in a big company or a small company, should be using the business model canvas to help them in that process. The next one from Johan is, should I use the business model canvas or the lean canvas? Now, the way I like to think of it is the business model canvas is like a Swiss watch. It's been perfectly engineered and all of the pieces connect in a certain way to help you tell a story. If you pull one or more of those pieces out from the building blocks and replace them, then it's going to totally change the meaning of the business model canvas and how it works. It's not going to work properly. And that's what's happened in the lean canvas. They've changed some of the building blocks, and therefore it means that you're not able to connect things in the right way. For example, the customer relationship, the channels, the customer segment, and the value proposition are all one part that kind of relate to desirability. And then you've got the key resources, the key activities, the key partners, which relate to feasibility. You've got your cost structure and your revenue streams, which relate to viability. And if we start changing blocks, that doesn't work anymore. So I recommend personally that you stick with the beautifully designed business model canvas rather than working with ones that have kind of adapted it but then have lost meaning as a result. Let's do a quick refresher of the business model canvas. The business model canvas describes how your company creates, delivers, and captures value. There are nine building blocks. First, we have the customer segments, and those are the types of people or organizations that you're looking to reach and serve. Next up, the value proposition describes the bundle of products and services that your company offers to a specific customer segment and the benefits that your customers can expect to get from them. The channel describes how you communicate and reach your customer and ultimately how you deliver value to them. So you could be doing this through a retail outlet, you might be doing it through a sales force, or you might even be doing it through your website. The customer relationship describes the type of relationship that you have with your customers. It could be short-term or long-term. It could be transactional one-off or recurring again and again and again. Or it could be a personalized service, or maybe it's very automated. The revenue streams describe how you make money, and that could be through a subscription model, for example, or maybe it's through one-off transactions. It could be license fees, for example. There are lots of different ways. The key resources describe the most important assets that your business needs to actually work. It could be a computer, it could be a factory, it might just be intellectual property. The key activities are the most important things that your business needs to do to actually work. So that could be product development, it could be marketing, lots of things. The key partners describes the network of partners and suppliers that a business needs to work. The cost structure describes all the costs that your business incurs to actually work. So it could be fixed costs or maybe variable costs, and there are many other costs as well. It's been a lot of fun answering these questions, and if you've got your own question for me about the business model canvas, don't be shy. Drop it in the comments below and I'll answer it for you. And if you want to see the business model canvas in action, I've made a video where I was helping someone actually map out their own business model canvas. So a link for that is going to come up on screen in just a second. So make sure that you click on that, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. I'll see you later.